teenagers, and this is what you, no, I'm just saying it's what will happen there, right? What? They're 19, that's still a teenager. Okay, AD, what's equivalent to AD, please? Anyone, Bueller? BC works, anything else? BC, I have FG. And I have EH.
That's what I need.
It says state one, I'm going to state them all just because everyone will have different answers. AC, what's equivalent to AC? EG is the only one. AH along the top, what's equivalent to AH? DG. And AF, DG. Okay. So it says if magnitude of AD equals 12, magnitude of AB equals 3, and magnitude of AE equals 4. Okay, so count all those three things. Find AC. AC is this vector right here. Okay. What do I need in order to solve that? What two sides or what two vectors do I need? Yes.
Well, you just realized that there's two sides, so you would have to try to find AC. So you know that, or sorry, CD, so CD is equal to.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to say BA, but yes. So we're going to say the vector CD is equal to BA. Therefore, then we can write that as 3. Okay? And then just plug in a theorem. So magnitude of AC squared equals magnitude of AB squared plus magnitude of CD squared. It's going to be 12 squared plus 3 squared. Magnitude of AC is equal to 144, and 9 is what? 153, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, if you change that to 12.396, whatever it happens to equal, or 14, leave it as root 153, please, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're okay on that? Good? Any question how I got AC?
So when we're doing vectors and we get something like this, we still have to leave it as
Always going to like to leave it.
even if it's like they're going a distance.
Yes. You want to be an engineer one day, right? You're going to want to be as exact as humanly possible. Especially when I give you an answer like that, we'll get things that will cancel out beautifully. We'll see. That's great. All right, next we're finding AG. OAG. AG, I need this one in red. AG is going all the way down to there. Any suggestions how I can do this? John?
You're going to find AH, and then you're going to use the AH length and HG, which is 3, and Pythagorean theorem to solve for that.
So you want to use, let me see here, you want to use this and this,
Yep.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can I don't see another way I can do that? That is right, that will work. Sarah?
You instead you use the triangle ACG.
Yeah.
You have your AC.
That will work, John. You'll get the same answer for this, but I think we already have this distance here, right? So you can use, make this as a triangle. You can use that there, right? Now this is where if I had a 3D demonstration, it'd be a lot easier because you'd be able to spin it. You'd be able to spin it, right? This is the sort of stuff you gotta do in this course to start to spin things. Right? But that's something that'll work perfectly, okay? So if you need, and this is in grade 11, if you're in my class, if you weren't, that's okay. But all to see it in 2 dimensions, right? Where my dimensions go? AC and CG. That's basically what I'm doing, right? This is root of 153. That's X, what we're looking for, and what's CG? How do you know what CG is? 4. Yeah, it's 4. So I have to write the formula in this case. CG. Oops. What does CG equal? AE. CG equals AE.
This is a top-down view, right?
Yes.
This is sort of diagonally, actually.
What we're doing now.
Because if you take a look, it's not really this is what's difficult with this course. This is like a plane. 11 blocks of Kleenexes. I will use this many blocks of Kleenexes. So what I'm looking for, is from my 2 fingers there, okay? So what I found is I have found the distance on the side, right, between my 2 fingers, if you're just looking at it like this. We know then this distance here, right, so we use a triangle, bam, bam, and then diagonal, okay? So we know this distance, we know the distance from here to here, right, so then we're just going to use the right triangle then, like that, okay? That's what it is, okay? Sorry for the use of Kleenex. I will get my iPod's magic working soon enough. Okay, so that's root 153. That is, what is that equal 4 we said? That's 4 we got? Yes. Okay, so I was saying that magnitude of AG squared equals magnitude of AC squared plus magnitude of CG squared. And John, we'll get the same answer, right? This just saves 1 step since we already have that line there, but we'll get the same answer. AC squared is equal to 153 plus 16, which equals 169. So magnitude of AG is 13. Okay. Questions and fears about that? Yeah, hopefully you guys remember someone. You remember my class, you remember that from grade 11, something like that. If not, we can do that. I use the big box of Kleenex to demonstrate. You remember that, at least? I did use the big box of Kleenex to demonstrate. Okay, I'm going to hit stop, and then I'm going to put your homework on the board, and then I'm going to try a complicated 3D question. If we don't time to finish, that's okay, because this is extra. Like, give this a try tonight and make sure you knock this out of the park, and then homework is... there. It's on not screen. Okay, if you say to yourself, Mr. Sadler, I have hockey tonight in Sarnia and I can't do my homework, start at 17 and work your way back. Please look at, or if you say, I'm in English and I didn't do any homework on the weekend and I should have, start at number 17 and work your way to 5. Right? Does that make any sense? Let's stop it and do that. I'm going to make a difficult question for you, and then we will